So one thing that my dad does that I guess I'm doing now, but I want to do more when I'm older, is research everything. Research if there's something that I want to do or something that I feel like I need to go towards, that just research the crap out of it beforehand and then make a decision after I do all the research, instead of just going and doing the first thing that feels good. So doing a whole bunch of research before making big decisions.
I want to say vlog. I want to be a better vlogger when I'm older, but I don't know. Let's see. I'll find a better one. Probably just spend time with my kids, spend time with my spouse. Make sure they know how much I love them as much as he does.
Have fun with my kids and play with them and always be there for them.
He takes care of people a lot and helps people when they're in need of help.
He always puts family first, and I think that's something I want to do when I'm older.
I think be a vlogger and be a good parent.
Teach me stuff.
Something that I admire a lot is that he's very honest with everything. Even if the truth hurts, that he's honest and will tell you straight up that something is off or something doesn't match up right. And so being honest no matter what is something that I admire about my dad.
He loves strangers and he helps them through difficult times.
I love that. Even though it may be bizarre or crazy, like impossible, he's always supportive of our passions and dreams. And even though sometimes it may not seem like it, he's always there. He's always there to support and to help in whatever way you need for your passions to come alive, and I really like that about him.
My dad does a lot of things that I admire. I think the number one thing that I admire so much is when he knows that someone needs something, anything that he can give, he won't even hesitate to give it, whether it's a hug, whether it's helping someone move in, whether it's going to help someone put a fridge in, or if it's sitting down with someone for a few hours and just talking. He will never hesitate to help someone. I think I really admire that about him.
He's super passionate about things and he just keeps going for things. He doesn't give up.
I admire that he is strong and brave and that he is always friendly to people.
Well, be good, be nice, all those things.
Something that my dad says a lot to me, that he still says to me and will always say to me, is that he supports me no matter what. And he has supported me no matter what through everything. If I feel like it's the right decision, the right way to go, but he might have different views on it, he still supports me, and he still supports me and still is there for me no matter what. So he's said it a lot, but he's also put that into action a lot too.
Just to keep on going, don't give up, and just keep going for the big win.
You are worth it.
Probably something that he recently told me is that I've always loved being me, and I love being called a princess because that's just what I want to do. And so it always helps me feel like I'm supported when my dad calls me his princess or his Allie Rose. But I think one of the most recent things he told me is that I need to just stay myself, and that he the other night he told me it was like a hard time, and he told me that he appreciates that I am vulnerable to him, and I feel like that really helped me and grow our relationship.
Something my dad has said to me in the past that has helped me is, you can do it. Just when he said that, I was going through a period of pretty much me telling myself I can't do it, and then hearing that from someone else, especially my dad, it was kind of like a, holy crap, yeah, I can do it. So that's definitely something that has helped me, and it still helps me.
I love you.
to like be brave and stuff and not to give up.
Something that I've teased him about the last little while. I know it's not really true, but that he's always going on to something new. Like one day he's looking into getting a car, the next day he's looking into getting a trailer, the next day he's looking into getting a something else. And because of that, I would say a squirrel, because he's just one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. Even though that's not really the case, and I understand that he's just going about how he feels that he needs to go. We would tease him a lot about, or I would tease him a lot about that. That he's just one thing after another, after another, after another. And so I would say a squirrel for that case.
A alphanut, because alphanets are big and they're strong. I think it'd be a lion, because lions, when they want to be, they can be really tame, but they are very fierce when they need to be.
Well, watching Narnia, I would think like a lion or something, because the lion is ahead of everyone and he still can like make mistakes, and he's ready to sacrifice himself for everyone else. And so I feel like for Dad, he's very strong and like bold and big, but then there's sometimes where it's like it's okay to be that way. It's okay to be like cuddly and silly and playful, and so I think he'd be a lion.
A tiger, because tigers are strong and they're healthy, and yeah.
I'm gonna say a wolf, not only because you like wolves, but wolves protect their pack, they protect their family, you know, that kind of thing. Especially like the alpha, that's the protector, you know? And you're always there to protect your family. Like, it doesn't matter what we're doing, you're always there to protect us, and so I think he'd be a wolf.
I think he'd be a lion because he's strong and brave, and I think like he'd be, and they're also like the king of the jungles and the like awesomest animals ever.
Something that my dad always has with him that I hope that I'm going to do, that I'm pushing to do, I guess, is he always has my mom with him. Like, he always, no matter where he goes, he always has my mom. And that's something that I want to do as when I get married. When I get married is to always do stuff with my wife, and always do, like, no matter what. Just always be there with her. And my mom is with my dad more than my dad's wallet is with my dad. So it's something I want to do with my wife, is have her with me all the time.
A soda water or chapstick. Wherever you go, there's always soda water in one hand and chapstick in your pocket.
Probably a camera. He always has a camera with him wherever he goes. Or I want to say a kid, but that's not always true. So probably a camera.
Gum.
Well, drinks. He always has his family with him most of the time. I think his family and his phone.
I think I've said this before in past Father's Day videos, but there is one that I remember a lot. Is we went fishing one time and we fished out of the back of the truck, because we pulled the truck into the water, super deep into the water. Not super deep, but I was like super small, so it was super deep. And we fished in the water. Like, the truck was in the water and we fished out of the truck in the water, I guess. So that's always been a memory that stuck with me. And like, I see pictures of it and I still remember that day. And I'll probably say that next year, and maybe the next year, maybe the next year, but that is a memory that's always stuck with me.
I don't know. One of my best memories that I've had with my dad was when we went to singing with Under the Stars, and we were playing the ABC game in the car, and it was just super fun.
Just recently at the prom that we did, dancing with you and teaching you how to do the box square the waltz box square. That was great. And another thing, it's not one solid memory, but it's like a bunch of memories mixed in one, but I can't think of an exact time. Maybe the time where I was in the back and we almost hit a fox. Or a fox ran across the road ahead of us. Anyway, my favorite thing that I can think of is whenever we went fishing. I wasn't a huge fan of fishing. Like, I was never a huge fan of fishing. My favorite thing was sitting in the car and listening to that one CD, the fishing CD that we would listen to every time we got in the car, and that was a blast.
One of my favorite memories is one time there was a daddy-daughter dance, and I wore my white baptism dress, and he took me, and it was like we ate food and everything, and then we were dancing, and I stepped on his toes because I wasn't tall enough, and we just sat there dancing, slow dancing, and it was super fun.
I think when we went on a daddy-daughter date for activity days, and we played the ABC game in the car, and I beat him in it.
When we were in the car and we were playing the animal game, and he thought of an amphibian and we couldn't even guess it.
Griffin? I think that, like, the lion, bird, hawk thing. They're very noble, but they're also very, to gain their trust. And if you break that trust, then it's very, very hard to gain that trust again, I guess. My dad, if you are honest with him, then it's great. If you're not honest with him, it's hard to build that trust up again. And I think that's why he would be that mythical creature, because trust goes a long way, but if you break that trust, it takes a long time to build that trust up again.
A Pegasus, because Pegasuses are strong and they're powerful.
I think he'd be a centaur because just thinking about Dad having half of a horse's body, like a horse butt, that'd be funny. So I think Dad would be a great centaur because it'd make his running easier. And with like the long centaur hair, oh my gosh, I think Dad would be a centaur.
Dragon, because some dragons are nice. I think that he would be a griffin, because a griffin is like, they're super rare and they're super cool, and they have like I feel like every time I hear about a griffin or something, I always learn something new about it.
I was thinking about this, and at first it's going to sound pretty wimpy. He would be a satyr, because satyrs are like creatures of the wild, you know? They live in the mountains, all this stuff. They try to protect the world around them. My dad, he loves hiking, he loves the outdoors, he'll do anything to be outside. He loves the world around him, that kind of thing. Like, if he sees trash on the ground, he'll pick it up, you know? He won't litter. He protects the world around him, and he's a satyr. I think goat legs would fit him.
I think he'd be a dragon or a unicorn, because dragons are powerful and they're brave.
Something that I want to do, that we've talked about for years, that he went without me the year I left on my mission, is go to Alaska and go fishing and catch some big salmon. Because we've talked about it for years, and I was pretty jealous when they went when I was on my mission. So that's probably something that I have always wanted to do with my dad. I think it would be so cool and so much fun.
Love him.
I don't know, something I'm excited to experience with my dad is when I have kids and he could be their grandpa, you know. I'm excited for when Branson has kids and they become a grandpa he becomes a grandpa for the first time. I guess I'm excited to experience that with him.
Something I want to do with my dad one day is learn how to drive with him.
Go to Harry Potter World.
I want to have him to come with my family and have
Like go to dinner sometime or something.
I know this might sound cheesy, but something I really have been wanting to do since that daddy-daughter dance is dance with my dad on my wedding day. That's probably one of the most exciting things I look forward to, is dancing with my dad on my wedding day in my big princess wedding dress and him just dancing me our father-daughter dance.
Something that makes me proud of my dad is that he's willing to be fun, willing to go out of his way to be fun and have fun. That's something that I've always said about my friends and stuff like that, that sometimes if they have a lot more fun with my dad than they do with me. Just because he's willing to have fun, he's willing to put himself out there and just have a lot of fun and be a goofball and stuff like that. And maybe that's weird for other people, but that makes me pretty proud to be like, yeah, my dad is like a 15-year-old in his mind, but that's freaking awesome.
That he always sticks up for people, and he's just really sweet to everybody.
Probably that he does everything in his power to accomplish his goals and make his passions come alive.
That he likes to be kind to other people, even if they're hurting you.
My dad makes me proud because he is very happy and he's helpful to people, and he helps people even when he doesn't know them.
Something that makes me so proud of my dad is, even though when it's hard for me, he will stop me and tell me, why the crap did you do that? Like, what the crap? That was stupid. Like, I got that question daily probably. And because I got that question daily, today I feel I'm a more responsible person. And I feel like I'm able to take things better and I respect other people more. And it just makes me proud of him that he was able to sit down with this little jerk and be like, what is wrong with you? Like, why the crap did you do that? That was not okay. Because I knew he didn't want to be awake at that time. Like, he wanted to be in bed. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning every time we had these conversations. He wanted to be in bed. He was running out his voice from talking so much, but he kept it up because he wanted to see where I was going to go in the future. And that just makes me really proud of him, because it takes a lot of will, I guess, to stay up and talk to someone for days and days and days and go over the same thing over and over and over again. And for a while there was no outcome, but he kept trying with it, and because of that, like, I feel like I'm a better person because of that.
Be nice.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years, and thank you for pushing me when I was being a punk and helping me become who I am today, and helping me be ready to make the next step into my life and to someday become a dad myself. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, for the family, for Mom, for everyone. And thank you so much for supporting me along the way. Even if some of those decisions were stupid, and yeah. Thank you so much for supporting me and always being there for me. I love you. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I love you so much, and thank you for being there and being the best dad ever. I love you so much. You are worth it.
I want to say that I love you and you are worth it, and you are the best dad ever, and I love you. You are worth it.
Thank you so much for everything you do. Everything you do. Thank you so much for tolerating me, tolerating everybody, and loving us with all of your heart. Thank you so much for the long talks that I hated at the time. I hated so much. And you probably didn't like them either, at all. But thank you so much for those. Thank you that that now I'm able to come to you and really express my feelings, and you're able to help me out with them and be like, okay, well, I get this, but where's this coming from? That kind of thing, you know? Thank you so much for everything you do. I hope you have a great Father's Day. I love you so much, Daddy.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I am so lucky to have you be my dad, and I'm even though sometimes it doesn't always show it, because I can be a drama queen sometimes. I really do love you, and I am so grateful for everything you do for me. And I love being your little princess, and even though I'm not so little anymore. I love you so, so much. Thank you for always being there and supporting me, even when it's difficult sometimes. And yeah, I love you. You are worth it.
I love you, and you are worth it, and you need to stay nice. Bye.
I love you. You are worth it. I love you so much, and you are worth it. And happy Father's Day!